I started in the Air Force as a cybersecurity guy. Did a lot of help desk types of work. Did a bit of system administration, a bit of system engineering, and I loved it. I had a great time doing it. When I got out, I realized that the transition from military to the civilian world is not as easy as one would expect, because we work on very specific systems that at times can be kind of antiquated with today's modern technology. So I knew I had to raise my game. So I decided, I first started going to another university here in town, and it just wasn't for me. I didn't like the format of the classes, how it went on for way too long. And maybe it's just me, but the way the classes are structured here, where it's 5 weeks, it's going at a really good pace, and it doesn't give me time to lose interest in the subject. As with other schools, by the 4th month of it, I couldn't care less what was being taught. It helped because it gave me a really strong foundation. We went through a technical school, at least for my career field, that was about 4 months, and it was 10-hour days of just computer classes. We went through different operating systems, networking, to all kinds of different aspects of computers. It was really strong fundamental when I got out, and having all that on my resume, all the systems that I did work on that were transferable, the specific servers, certain technologies can't really discuss, so they weren't on my resume, which would have been nice. I think those would have been helpful, but it really helped. So at Midvet Systems, I'm a senior business analyst, and here I am actually doing a lot of the front development that I've learned in my second certificate program with you guys. Doing a lot of development on SharePoint, using a lot of the stuff we learned actually in the class I'm currently taking, HTML and CSS, JavaScript. I actually spent all morning working on HTML and CSS. So it's pretty cool being able to reference my book, go back to the lectures that we had last week. So one of the lectures from last week helped me solve an issue I had today. So that's one of the really cool things, that it's not just a lecture where you just listen to somebody talk for 4 or 5 hours and that's it. The way we get taught is we get a couple hours of instructing, and then we do a lot of hands-on, which that's the best way for me to learn, I think. I think that having the coding, what I personally want to do in the future is more towards the cybersecurity realm, which is where I got the CISSP and the CASP certifications. I think having an all-around knowledge of it is what makes a good person for IT. You can't say, well, I'm a networking guy, I'm not going to worry at all about software, because you have to know how the software uses your protocols or your routers or it interacts with your systems. If you don't, you'll be decent at it, you'll never be great at it, I think. I think having an all-around base of everything helps. Let's see, since I started with you guys, I have Security Plus, Linux Plus, Network Plus, 8 Plus, MTA 98349, which was a Windows 10 operating system, then CISSP and CASP. Yeah, so what I like to do is, it's challenging because the classes do end kind of late. But what I do is at the end of each class, when it's the certification that I really want to take, I'll spend an hour reviewing those sections in the chapter, in the books. For example, that giant CISSP book we had, which, for example, if in class we go over ACLs, I'll make sure I read that entire chapter on ACLs, and it solidifies what we just went over. And it's not so much that the class didn't cover it. It's just putting it in the words that are going to be in the test. Just the wording can get kind of tricky. And I think they do it on purpose to make sure you're paying attention. They'll try to throw you off where multiple things could be the right answer, but which one is the most correct answer? It's just paying attention and learning how they're going to word it. I've always been a fan of in-person classes because I felt that it's easier for me to slack when I'm at home. But like I said, the pace is such a good pace that it's not too slow. It's not extremely fast. It's just the right speed where it's really on the individual to focus. If I decide I'll have my laptop on, but I'll be, I don't know, cleaning the kitchen as I'm listening, it's not going to work out. It's really not. You can fall behind so quick. Really great thing that they do is record them and put them up for us to review over the weekend. I end up reviewing the things over to do my homework. It's tough. I think having the right support system, like my girlfriend, my family are incredible. Mondays and Tuesdays are my current classes, and she watches the baby from 5:30 to give me time to prepare for class, all the way to 10:30 when she puts him to bed. I couldn't be more thankful for that. My baby was actually born when I was in the middle of the certified ethical hacker class, which is why I don't have that certification yet. But I'll get it. I think attention to detail is one of the key things, and being open-minded about what possible solutions could be to a certain problem. I think the way CIAT does the schooling, it really helps because it's almost like we did in the Air Force, where it's not just read this book and figure it out. It's read this book, we're gonna do hands-on, like with someone watching over you and help you. Because I mean, I've had classes before in other schools where I'll send an email and 2 or 3 days later, someone gets back to me maybe. And by that point, I really don't care anymore. So I think the main thing to keep a focus on is being able to troubleshoot using your resources. I've never met an IT professional who didn't Google. I think that's, no matter how good you get, Google always, it's either gonna help you or reassure you that you did the right thing. Just being able to use all your resources and not being scared of it.